Karen is with us in Miami. Hi, Karen. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, recently my mom lost her job in March, and ever since then she hasn't been able to find work, and I've been really worried for her, And along with that, her not having that much money, she's not really frugal with money when she actually does get it. And I'm really worried for her because I keep telling her to get a job, And she says she's trying, but I feel like she's kind of unmotivated to find work at the moment. Like I've even given her business ideas and everything on things she can do at home maybe, but she really hasn't done anything, and I'm not sure what to do.
It's difficult to watch people you love misbehave when they're hurting, because she's hurting, obviously. What kind of job did she have before?
Well, she worked at like a hospital. She was a mental health technician.
Making what kind of money?
Well, she's not the main income in our household, so maybe...
her husband has a job?
Yes, my dad has a job.
What does he make?
Oh, well, he makes, I think, $100,000 a year, maybe.
Okay. So she didn't have to work to eat.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, what if she just didn't want to work?
Well, I feel like for her type of spending, that's the problem. She likes to spend money.
And how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a rule that we have discovered in these types of conversations, and it's called the powdered butt syndrome. Once someone has powdered your butt, they don't really want your opinion about money or sex. And so your mother's not going to take an 18-year-old's input on her spending habits. You don't have standing, you don't have credibility with her to have that discussion. And that's what you're discovering. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all.
Yeah, it's just difficult. Now, when you're 58 and she's 96 or something, yeah, she may take your input those days, right? But that's a different parent-child relationship than an 18 to whatever. And so, you have to build some credibility. So the only thing I would tell you to do is a couple things. One is I would not bring up her spending again unless she brings it up. Okay. Two, I would tell her lots of stories about the times that you used to mess up. Mom, I used to spend and do this, and I used to do this, and man, when I got on this budget, I got on this envelope system, I got on this plan to get out of debt, I am doing so good, and you just tell your story, because your story is not condemning her. It's just holding up the idea that there's hope, right? Yeah. And so tell your story and talk about how you're winning doing these things, and that changes everything for you. Then the second thing you can do is this. Is there anyone, like maybe your dad, who could sit down and talk with her, and the two of them actually start getting their act together?
Well, actually, yes, my dad has talked to her. He's actually one of the people who said we should call. We both watch your show. So.
Okay. Well, this is his job, not yours, is what I'm saying. And so this would be like a husband now calling. Now, that's a little different standing, and he puts his arm around his wife and says, look, we got a problem here. You're spending like you're in Congress. I mean, we got to stop this. There's a problem here. And we need to sit down and work through this issue together, and we've got to put together some kind of a plan where we have a good life and we have a good life, meaning we spend some money now and we invest and save so that we have, we live like no one else, so later we can live like no one else. But really, this is on your dad to do this. It's not on you. Because he's got standing. He's got a position in the household to have a discussion, where as an 18-year-old you don't. And it's not just you, obviously, are very sharp, and you can do all kinds of things for you. I'm not saying you're not good or you're not whole or whatever. I'm just saying in your mom's eyes, you're still that little baby she used to diaper. And it's just hard for her to take advice from you. But now her husband, that's a different thing. And, he can sit down. And if it was at my house, Sharon and I would just sit down. We'd have a discussion and go, this is something we're not doing here. And there's a problem. And we've got to work through this. And so he's put up with us a long time, and it's time for him to deal with it now. That's what I'm saying. Hey, thank you for the call.